Sup gamers, I got another VOD review with you. This time I'm playing my Vengence Demon Hunter. I'm using the Fiery Soul Legendary, pretty standard stuff. I'm using kind of a hybrid talent build. I'm not using Spirit Bomb, not too concerned about that one. And then I'm just using the completely standard Milikos, I think his name is, whatever it is, for my Soul Bind. Pretty bad conduits though. We're gonna make use of them regardless. This is only a 10. I'm like, what, 223 or something, so this is pretty on par for my gear level. I think I handled this pull pretty well. Immo Aura's up, Sigil's down. I probably should have had better mitigation up right when everything hit me the first time, but I did get my demon form up pretty quick, so it's not the worst. I'm definitely ready to kite, even though I don't really need to right now. Alright, no more demon form. Everything's pretty much good. So this went off pretty much perfectly. Frost Mage just popping off, so everything just melts, easy peasy. I did want to mention that I'm going to try something a little bit different with this VOD review. I'm trying to just show highlights where things went wrong, things went really right, people make plays, kind of comment on that, where my decisions really matter. Alright, so this pull is going to be a little more dangerous without just being able to pop demon form off the bat, but the first 8 seconds are definitely going to be very manageable with the Fell Devastation. The tricky part comes after. Let's see how I handle it. Get out immediately when it falls off. Good play. I try to get a little weird with it, get some more damage in, make sure I still have threat. But my healer is dead. He just got absolutely clobbered by the pie plate or the blast, or whatever you want to call it. I still have my transform, my cheat death move, so that's kind of nice, and that pretty much just makes this pull possible. Though I could have just ran down the stairs too, and I think that would have been a better play, because the mages could have just finished everything off, no problem. I might have been able to pull everything together here, but I was a little bit worried about surviving the enrage and everything around, even with demon form. It's conservative, but I think it was still the right decision. When it comes to active mitigation, like this is really easy. I'm pulling this up and doing tons of damage. So watching this again, I probably should have pulled everything at once. And I'm gonna skip ahead because this is. Hold on. Before I do though, look how much damage you're about to do to me when I have no spikes up or anything. Yeah, I don't know. Would have been risky. The only hard part about this at all, and it's not really that hard, it's the only place that things can go wrong is really the pull. But everything's on me, doing max damage. I got demon form up. We're just chilling. Though I do get hit by that, it doesn't even matter because I'm in demon form. Everything's done, everything blows up. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Onto the Arden Quarter. I have to do a bit of a weird pull instead of just doing one massive urn pull because we don't have a Night Fae. I don't know how we got away with that, but so I kind of just grabbed a couple things here. And looking back on this, and briefly on the first pull that happened before this clip, I feel like I definitely am too conservative here. Like, things don't do very much damage. I could have just grabbed those elk or deer, whatever you want to call them, and just throw them into the mix, and it probably would have been totally fine. Doing like a pseudo urn pull here. Getting slapped in the back right there is definitely a misplay, and that kind of put me under pressure, and I missed that Elysian decree by a country mile. But we still have mitigation. Healer's watching me, so it's okay. Could have been a lot cleaner. Could have been a lot cleaner. Thankfully, demon form makes me invincible. See, no problem. It's back. I'm good, I hope. This next pull gets a little bit weird because I slip off this rock right here, I guess. And then I'm sliding down the wall. It's okay though. It's not the worst. We're killing it. Unfortunately, some of my teammates fall down, so we gotta move this whole party downstairs. It really doesn't change too much. This pull is awkward, but safe. Could have been a lot better though. And this pull is a good example of a very bad pull, even if we don't get punished for it, happenstance-wise. Like, my sigil's up right now. Do I use Elysian Decree right now? I do, so that's good, but still, there was a good chance that those things could have just been on my teammates because of how weird of a pull that was. I meandered to get all the threat in everybody. It could have been a lot cleaner. I should have put sigils down under the birds, and I should have just jumped on them after I used immolation or on the two little moths. My imperfect route led us to being a little bit short on percent. At least we thought it was. Well, I'll try to remember to show it on a car that we didn't need to do this. Better safe than sorry, though. This is a rather dangerous pull, but I got pretty much everything I need to be successful at, so I'm going to go for it. I do make a bit of a boneheaded play, though. I kind of just don't think about the bombs on the far side, and I could have just logged into it and used my Sigil of Misery, and it would have been totally fine. But luckily, one of my mages covered my mistake, Frost Nova'd it, ended up being totally fine. And they're plowing through this pack, so it ain't no problem. The rest of the Gnome Quarter pretty much goes easy peasy for us. But I did want to mention, because I have killed myself with it before, that Sigil of Chains does suck these sludges in. And they will kill you. So be careful out there, Demon Hunter players. The Hakar Quarter has a number of dangerous enemies, but in general, Demon Hunters have a ton of ways to deal with it. Between Silence and Interrupt, obviously, you can kind of deal with the cast pretty well. And then the Devoted, you can use Sigil of Chain to interrupt it, you can use Sigil of Misery to interrupt it. It's so easy just to maintain control of this pack and the next pack with 3 of them. And always try to have Sigil of Silence up for this pull, and then the last pull of this. Other than that, it's pretty smooth sailing. Stuff ain't too bad. The rest of this instance is definitely smooth sailing on a fortified week, especially in a 10. But let's see what takeaways we can get from this. The big thing that I noticed overall is going to be how dirty my pulls are, and not in a good way. Not usually using my GCDs very well, kind of just having a bunch of dead time, not using the best spells, with the exception of having Immo Aura up pretty much all the time. But my cooldown usage is great. Always have Demon Form for the big important pulls. I'm using Fell Devastation on cooldown, especially when I need it to survive. My Elysian Decree is always on cooldown, and with the exception of that one really bad one in Ardenfield, I did get some good Elysian Decrees off on big target, big pulls. But yeah, I tend to like this a lot more than the last video I put up when it comes to the length of it and the conciseness of it. I feel like there's a lot more content I can get out of this, or not content, but just good ideas and actual thoughts are more complete and concise in this kind of shorter form content. And I hope you guys agree. But please like and subscribe. I'll check you on the next one. I'm enjoying this, guys. Hopefully you guys are enjoying it too. Let me know in the comments. Catch you on the next one.